How you guys doing? There's some news here that I'm gonna read you guys here, and some of you may not agree with it, but that's okay. Right? It's all right. Okay, so if you're angered by it, that's fine. I don't care, just as long as you hear the story here. Um, as you see the title of the video, a City of Atlanta officer is getting reinstated. Okay? This is the same officer that shot and killed Rashad Brooks. Okay? So, some of you may not like this at all, but it's okay. It's understandable, okay? Because of the outcome of the thing here. Rashad Brooks was shot and killed last year. He fell asleep at a Wendy's drive-thru, and someone in the drive-thru called 911 stating that there's somebody in a car asleep. He may be under the influence. Let's see here. Let's see here. Headline. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Let's see. Well, there was the reason the officer's getting reinstated is because the city violated his right to due process. Which you as an individual, if you're arrested, okay, you have a right to an attorney, you have a right to due process. Let's see here. Let's see here. But I mean, if you commit a crime, and if you're arrested for that crime, you have a right to due process, okay? Now, but Rashad Brooks was under the influence of alcohol. He did not know where he was, okay? He fell asleep in a Wendy's drive-thru. Okay, and so again, if you committed a crime and you're arrested, you have a right to due process. Okay. So again, some of you may not like the story here, but now I would say that let's see here if I can find it here. Here's something. Verizon sells internet trailblazer Yahoo and AOL for $5 billion. Derek Chauvin's attorney files motion for new trial on multiple grounds, including multiple grounds, including a claim of jury misconduct. Okay, because one of the jurors was found to be a BLM advocate and lied on a form, whatever you call it. So, but the officer is getting reinstated. Not Chauvin. Chauvin can go to hell for all I care, you know. But the officer that shot and killed. Now, here, if some of you did not see the footage here, Rashard Brooks fell asleep in a Wendy's drive-thru. Okay, and someone from Wendy's who worked at the drive-thru called 911, saying that there's a guy, there's someone in a car that's asleep in the drive-thru. Cop came out, checked on him, make sure he's okay. But driving under influence is a crime. Okay, I mean, if you're driving under influence, your judgment is impaired. I'm like, you are totally, you know. I mean, it could be alcohol, it could be drug, it could be whatever. Okay. But the officer managed to get him to park his car. Managed to park his car, and he wasn't rude to the guy. He wasn't, you know, this officer was didn't attack him, didn't jump at all. Okay, none of that shit. Okay, now Rashard Brooks did 2 sobriety tests. He failed. Okay, what is the officers want? What asked you to get out of the car and have you do a sobriety test. Okay. Now, if you fail these tests, okay, they're going to deem you not likely to drive because you're under the influence of either drugs or alcohol. Okay. Now, but second officer came to back up, to help. Okay. The officer said, you failed 2 sobriety tests. We're placing you under arrest for driving under the influence. Okay. They put 1 cuff on him, and after that click sound, he went off. He attacked the officers, and he ended up grabbing one of their tasers. Would have been another crime if he lived, survived. You know. But if you're under the influence of alcohol or drugs, your judgment is gone. Okay, I mean, you not know what you're doing, but what you are doing is a crime. Okay, now he grabbed the taser and he ran off. Okay, that's fleeing the scene. And he ended up trying to taser one of the officers. Okay. 1 attempt, 2 attempt. Even a taser is a dangerous weapon because enough voltage can put you in cardiac arrest. I mean, just enough voltage here, you know. But they shot him. Self-defense. But the one thing that was really fucked up was there was no investigation. Where's the investigation? I mean, if you're arrested, okay, there'll need to be a investigation, okay, but the DA automatically charged the two officers with capital murder. Shouldn't there be a investigation first, then the charge? You just can't jump the shark and say, well, I want to charge these officers with capital murder. Motherfucker, you need an investigation first, my friend. Okay? You cannot just assume that you're going to charge them automatically. You have to let a investigation happen. Okay? Investigate the crime, what happened, get all your shit in order through the investigation and shit like that. And the one thing that did not help was the torching of Wendy's. Okay, now that's a place where somebody works. Okay, by burning down that Wendy's, you basically burn down a place where they work. You take away their employment, where they work and get paid working. Okay, they got bills to pay. Okay, they got bills to pay. So, Charles Brooks, yeah, got shot, killed. Okay, but he took, now if he was alive, okay, if he survived, driven under influence, fleeing insane, taking a weapon of an officer, assault on an officer, okay, if he survived, he would have looked at some time in jail, and maybe even in prison. You know, but the officer is getting reinstated. Okay, now here, let me look here. Let me see here. Okay, here. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Firing of an officer who shot Charles Brooks reversed. The firing of former police officer who charged with murder and the death of Charles Brooks have been reversed. Okay. Let me put my glasses here. The firing of former Atlanta police officer who's charged with murder and the shooting death of Charles Brooks has been reversed. Garrett Rolfe was fired in June, a day after he shot Brooks in the parking lot of a fast food restaurant. The Atlanta Civil Service Board on Wednesday released a decision on Rolfe's appeal of firing. Due to the city's failure to comply with several provisions of the code and information received during witness testimony, the board concludes that the appellate was not afforded his right to due process. The board said, and its decision, therefore, the board grants an appeal of Garrett Rolfe and revokes his dismissal as an employee of the APD. Atlanta Police Sergeant William Dean had testified that the firing seemed rushed and Rolfe was not given sufficient time to respond, according to the decision Wednesday. Dean also said that during his tenure in the police department internal affairs unit, he was not aware of such any termination of an officer for alleged firearm violation without the department first conducting a investigation, decision states. He further stated that a hurried dismissal may have been due part to press conference that was on a horizon. It says, Lance LaRusso, an attorney for Rolfe, applauded the board's decision, saying his client now had the opportunity to explain what happened that night. We are very pleased at this action and considered in the first step the total vindication of Officer Garrett Rolfe. LaRusso said in an email statement, Rolfe will likely be put on a administrative status due to the pending criminal charges. Relatives to Brooke are disappointed and confused by the decision, said one of their lawyers. Now about that, okay, they could be upset all they want, okay, okay, but here's the thing. Rashard Brooks was under the influence of alcohol, okay? The guy was drunk than a motherfucker, okay? He was asleep at a Wendy's drive-thru, okay? No bullshit there. Now, if you attacked an officer, okay, again, the family can get angry all they want, don't matter a damn thing. He assaulted an officer, okay? He committed a crime under the influence of alcohol, okay? No bullshit there. Now, at this point, he's getting arrested after failing 2 tests, okay? One cuff goes on his one wrist. He freaks out, goes fucking nuts, attacks the officer, grabs the taser, runs with the taser. Officers have the right to act in self-defense, okay? No BS there, my friend. We find it mind-boggling that our elected officials and the former chief weren't aware of the proper procedures for firing an officer, Stewart said at a Wednesday's news conference. The city of Atlanta cannot be the alleged blueprint of other rights for other cities and not actually fulfilling that promise, he added. Police responded June 12th to complaints that Brooks had fallen asleep in his car in a drive-thru lane at Wendy's restaurant. Okay. Police body camera video shows that 27-year-old black man struggling with two officers after they told him he had too much to drink to be driving and trying to arrest him. Brooks grabbed a taser from one of the officers and fled, firing at Rolfe as he ran. The autopsy found that Brooks was shot twice in the back. Rolfe was fired after the shooting, facing charges of murder. The other officer, Devin Bronson, was charged with aggravated assault and violating his oath. The lawyer for both officers have said their clients acted appropriately and they are free on bond. The case still has not been indicted. The former Fulton County District Attorney Paul Howard brought charges against Rolfe and Bronson less than a week after the shooting. His successor, Fannie Willis, who took the office in January, has twice asked Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr to re-sign the case, saying action by Howard made it inappropriate for officers to continue handling the case. Carr has refused, saying the potential problem the city she cited was specific to Howard. So the responsibility for the case remained in her office. So the attorney rushed to judgment here. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Christopher Baxter last month asked Willis to provide evidence showing why she should not be involved in this past Monday, so he can make a decision on the matter. See, after the shooting, everything was rushed. Okay, everything was rushed. There was no full-blown investigation on the matter. The attorney rushed because the former DA was running a re-election. Okay, re-election. Okay, period. And he automatically charged both officers with capital murder. Okay, now this shooting was not capital murder. Okay, this was self-defense. Okay. Now, we all wish he survived so he could stand trial. Okay? But while under the influence of alcohol, his judgment was impaired under alcohol. His judgment was God, man. And you know, I mean, if there was any you know, I just think that people have rushed judgment too damn quickly and shit, you know. I mean, if I was in that position, okay, and I know that even though I'm under an influence, I see officers, okay, I see a gun, I see a taser, whoa, fuck, you know, and if I fucked up, my ass is going to jail. Okay, my ass is going to jail. If I'm charged with under the influence of alcohol, it's on my ass. It's on me. Okay, it's on me. It don't matter. It doesn't. It should not matter what skin color you are. If it's your character that's coming into question here. Your character is going to be coming into question if you're under the influence of alcohol or drugs while operating a motor vehicle. Okay, this is a 3,500 pound to 4,000 pound vehicle. Okay, this thing is, it's like a missile here, and you are the person that's directing the vehicle, you know. But under the influence of alcohol, okay, you have lost judgment. Okay, you have lost judgment here. Well, Charlotte Brooks' family can get angry, which they have a right to. But it's not going to save. I mean, if it gets reversed, look. If it gets reversed and proves that it was self-defense, look. People need to realize, okay, BLM ain't gonna like this, okay? So what needs to happen is that the people of Atlanta, man, that are tired of seeing this crap going on, you need to stand up to these motherfuckers, man, you know? I mean, think about it, you know, I mean, it's time to say, look, your little threats ain't gonna work because the law is on our hands. It's on our side. Okay. Again, if I was in that position, I'm going to jail. Okay, I'm going to jail. Okay, I'm going to jail. No matter what, I'm going to jail. If I was in that position, my ass is going to jail. Race has nothing to do with this case here. Never did. But Who made it the race? BLM, Antifa, this fucking attorney made it. Also, the Democrats made it racial. Okay? They made it racial. They wanted a reaction. They got one. Okay? They got one. So, I know some of you are going to disagree, but that's okay. Understandable. Okay? But we need to get raised out of this bullshit, man. Okay? It shouldn't matter if you're black, Hispanic, white, Asian, whatever your nationality is. Race has nothing to do with it. It's your character that's coming into question on your judgment of what you do. Because if you fuck up, hey, that's on you. If I fuck up, it's on me. Okay? No BS there, my friend. And you have to be fucking honest, man, with yourself. You know? I mean, you got BLM that got fucking pissed off. Torch the fucking Wendy's, man. Torch Wendy's. What did they ever do to them, you know? But the fact is, okay, I mean, you have to use your head, man. Use your head. Put your emotions in check, okay? Put your emotions out the fucking door, okay? Your emotions cannot prove a fucking thing. Use your head, man. You gotta realize the outcome. If you fuck up, hey, I'm going to jail. If I fuck up. If I'm speeding, or if I'm driving under influence of something, drugs, alcohol, whatever, I'm going to jail. No bullshit there. And you have to be honest with yourself, man. Do you want this to be racial and shit? To get a reaction out of people? Because look, check this out. Every corporation is donating up to $100 million to Black Lives Matter, okay? Why? And then you have Foot Locker, donating a total of $1 billion, okay? $200 million for 5 years, okay? Do the math. $1 billion, okay, folks? $1 billion. Why should these motherfuckers get all that money, okay? I say, you bring in the IRS. You audit these motherfuckers, okay? You audit these cocksuckers, okay? You audit the co-founder who bought 4 houses, man. Was it 3.2 or $2.3 million? She's getting questioned, okay? And the way she looks, she don't give a shit. She don't give a shit. If I did that, my ass is going to get questioned. Okay? I'm going to be called into question here. If I did that. Question. Is BLM an actual activist group or a are they a terrorist organization? Are they a bunch of fraudsters? I mean, think about it. Corporations from Foot Locker to Apple to fucking Nikes and shit. I'm like, why are you willing to hand over up to $200 million a year to these dumbasses who have no idea how to handle that much money? Who's collecting it? It surely ain't the chapters. They haven't got a fucking dime. They're broke as fuck. But yet, BLM collected $93 million last year. Where'd the fucking money go? Oh, that's right. To their real estate shit. Okay, I get it now. I get it now. You know, it's kind of fishy, you know. It is. It's all really fishy, you know. It is. Very, very fucking fishy. No bullshit, you know. And look, there's nothing wrong with getting justice for victims, you know, but you have to let the courts do their job, okay? You can't be witness intimidating and shit. You can't threaten the jurors, okay? You can't be impartial. I mean, there has to be a partial jury. I mean, there has to be a jury that's equal, okay? But, there has to be a jury that is equal. But I mean, you can't be threatening witnesses. You can't be threatening juries. You know. There has to be some respect. There has to be some balance in the courtroom. You have to let the courts do its job. You can't be threatening witnesses, tampering with jury and shit. So, but until then, I mean, you have to really let the courts decide the fate of the officers. You know, BLM and Antifa has to mind their own business. Yeah, they can be angry all they want, but here's the thing. There's a point and a place where BLM members will get hurt. Right now they're pushing and pushing, and people are actually pushing back. If BLM and Antifa want to get violent, people will get violent back. And they need to wash their ass. I ain't lying. They need to wash their ass. Alright folks, this is good old Grandmaster Revan. And this has been the Anonymous Republic Network. If you're new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell for notification, and if you got this transmission, you are the resistance, right? Knowledge is free, knowledge is power. Always stay healthy, one of the wise. I love you guys. Please share this video, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out. Godspeed.